know you're living your life without passion? Clarity. Or the va-va-voom zest. And how do you know you have dipped into that deep, dark rabbit hole, but you've hit bottom? Well, for me, it was my head that fell sharply forward, just missing my steering wheel at a red light, major intersection in the Detroit area. Not once, but twice. Fear, shame, overwhelmed, just filled me up like smoke coming into my car. First thing I did, I looked around. Oh my God, who saw me? Second thing was, I'm safe. I didn't hurt anyone else. And I knew I had to get home. Before I did, though, I had to go through the light. I had to make a turn and face the light again. We call these Michigan turns. At that light, I knew I was so physically awake as I white knuckle gripped the steering wheel, rolled the windows down, flipped the air conditioning up on high, and had the rock and roll blasting. But I also knew in that moment I was an internal mess. I was living on high expectations, meeting them, killing myself getting to them, beating myself up even more after them, going for that more, and it was never enough. So as you can tell, I arrived home safely. And as I got into the house, I stood there, holding onto my purse, looked at the dogs, and I knew things had to change. I wasn't any tired than usual that day, and I wasn't having a more stressful day than normal, but I knew something was wrong. So first things first, I reached out to my community and I made a few phone calls to trusted sources. And I had to admit, my life wasn't perfect. And I wasn't as successful as I thought I was. I made the phone calls anyway, even though I felt like I was a failure. Second thing, realizing the trappings I have fallen into, other people's opinions, society, how I'm supposed to show up, be, and do. No more. And lastly, I needed to do something right there in that minute to change. And I realized my internal dialogue, what I was telling myself every single morning. Now, hang on. I'm a morning person. I'm a 5 a.m. morning person. What I was telling myself every single morning before my feet would touch the ground was, what's my schedule like? Check, that client. Check, that client. Check, I'm done at 1 o'clock. I'm coming back to bed at 1:30. Woohoo! Fully dressed, covers and all. To go back to sleep and wake up at dinner time to climb the mountain again. Whew, I was exhausted. No more. I was so done with all of this. I have now found my bold and beautiful voice. And one thing that I learned that day is words can either heal or they can harm us. And I was doing a lot of harming to myself. So I want to share with you my ongoing healing words. Ready? I stand before you, fully awake, unapologetic, and so imperfect as the 61-year-old entrepreneur. Embracing authenticity transparency, and vulnerability. Thank you.